What's going on, goats? It's the GOAT, Golden Mills here, man. And today I have a different type of video. So as you read in the title, we will be predicting the 2019 playoffs. Hey, before the video starts though, comment down below who you all think gonna win, because this playoff finna be crazy. Text me y'all team, who y'all think gonna win. Comment that down below. Comment y'all team. Comment like who gonna win. Comment if you agree or disagree. You can like this video for me, but if you don't want to, you can dislike it. It don't matter. Do what you want to do. This playoff is gonna be tough, and it's gonna be tough. Now they got some great teams, some great players, great quarterbacks. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy playoff. So first, I'm gonna start on the AFC side. First game, Houston and Buffalo. Now I know Houston in the past years been knocked off the first game, but this year I really like Houston to beat the Buffalo team. They have been inconsistent on offense. Their defense is real good, but I don't know how long their defense is gonna stop DeAndre Hopkins and Fuller. Houston have an explosive offense, so this game I'm gonna pick Houston. The next game is Tennessee and New England. This game gonna be real tough for the Titans just because it's in New England, the playoffs. I know New England hasn't looked the best. Tennessee very inexperienced, but they've been great this year. Derrick Henry leading rushes. It's gonna be hard to stop him, but I just think it's gonna be too much for the Titans. First playoff game in New England. I think it's just gonna be too much in Foxborough. I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots on this one. NFC, this is where stuff get crazy. Philly and Seattle. I would have picked Philly, but they're just so banged up. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, Philly's running backs out, receivers out, tight end out. So it's like, I know they're at home, but Seattle just beat them a couple weeks ago. I just think Seattle is the more complete team, road or away. So I'm going to have to go with Seattle. Now, Vikings and Saints. Saints this year just have been offense. The last 6 games, they're just on fire. They just put a 42 last week, 38 the week before that, 48 the week before that, like 34 against the Colts. The Saints their offense have been unstoppable. The Vikings been so inconsistent. Kirk Cousins been inconsistent. Their defense is, I don't know. I watched them last week against the Packers. The defense gave up some big plays. So I don't know how good the Vikings are, but I think it's going to be too much in the Dome in New Orleans. Drew Brees has been playing too good lately, so I'm going to pick the Saints in this one. So now the next week, we're going to have New England and Kansas City, Baltimore and Houston, New Orleans and Green Bay, Seattle and San Francisco. Let's start with the AFC. So New England and KC. Now this is a tricky game. The reason it's tricky because they just played and KC won. So that's why it's tricky in my opinion, because I don't know if the Patriots gonna lose twice. The defense is gonna come with a better plan, but I just think offensively they're not gonna keep up with KC. But Patrick Mahomes in big games have proven to be a little suspect. So I would love to pick KC here, and I'm gonna pick KC. I think Brady and Belichick are gonna come to an end this year. I think this is gonna be their last year, making it this far in the playoffs. Next year, I don't think they just lost to the Dolphins at home with their starters, and so I just don't think they have enough. Baltimore and Houston. Lamar Jackson, the most dynamic player in the NFL. Maybe in NFL history, one of the most dynamic players. And they just played Houston, beat them bad. I think this game going to be much closer. I don't think they're going to blow out Houston. But I do think after getting rested, everybody back, Baltimore have people that could, fast receivers, good tight ends. And then you have to respect Lamar and Ingram. And their defenses, they have amazing cornerbacks. Judon. I just think it's too much for Houston in Baltimore. I just don't think it's too much. So I'm going to go with Baltimore. Now, New Orleans or Green Bay. Green Bay this year, 13-3. Really haven't been all that impressive down the stretch. Struggling in some games. Struggled against the 4 and whatever Lions. New Orleans playing real hot right now. Green Bay just been a little inconsistent. It's going to be in Green Bay. That might help them, but their offense haven't been all that. Not much weapons. Devontae Adams really has been it. And when they played a good team like the 49ers, they got beat 37-8. And New Orleans, the way they've been playing, I don't know. I just think I'm going to have to go with the Saints on this one. 49ers in Seattle. This is also a tricky game because it's so hard to pick against Russell Wilson with the season he's having. But San Francisco defense has just been playing lights out. Then they get D4 back for the playoffs. And then this is gonna be their first playoff game. So it's going to be in San Francisco. They're going to be extra motivated. They just beat Seattle in Seattle. But the experience, like, out of these 4 teams in the NFC, San Francisco has the worst quarterback because Jimmy Garoppolo is not better than Rodgers. He's not better than Wilson. He's not better than Breeze. So I think, I don't know, it's going to be tough to pick the 49ers, but their team is so much more complete than the Seahawks. But in the playoffs, there's a lot of playoffs are about quarterbacking too and coaching. And I don't know if San Francisco don't have that playoff experience. We've seen them lose some games to the Falcons. We've seen them lose some games, but right here, I think Wilson gonna do it again like he did the first time in Seattle. I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks. I know they just lost to them, but I think in the playoffs is a different ball game, and I'm gonna pick the Seahawks in the playoffs. So the NFC Championship, Saints and Seahawks. But first, let's look at the AFC Championship, Ravens and Kansas City. They played already. That's one of Baltimore's only 2 losses is Kansas City. And that was the first couple weeks of the season. But this time around, I think it's going to be different. I think Baltimore is the better team, more complete team, more physical team, more dominant team. And it's going to be in Baltimore this time around. I really think Baltimore has something that just can't be stopped right now. But KC also does have very great coaching. They have very good speed. Their defense has been playing well. I think it's going to be an overtime game. I'm going to go with Baltimore, though, to win this game. Now, the NFC, Seattle Seahawks and New Orleans Saints. I think in the dome, the Saints might be too much, but I don't know because Russell Wilson is a threat. He has always been a threat in the playoffs to get it done. And the team Seattle has this year might be real tough for the Saints, but I just think it's the Saints' time. I think it's the Saints' time. I think this year they'll go to the Super Bowl. I think they'll knock off Wilson by. I think both these games could be decided by field goal. Now, don't get me wrong. Any of these games I pick, I won't be surprised if they go either way as the NFL, but it's just my prediction. Just what I think is going to happen. So now I got the Saints and Ravens in the Super Bowl. And this has a lot of storyline. Lamar Jackson, Ravens, young quarterback, young team, young franchise. Saints, older quarterback. Great play call on Sean Payton. Will Breeze retire if it's his last year with this and that. So this game could go either way. It's so hard to pick against the Ravens. It's so hard to pick against the Saints in the Super Bowl. It's like these two teams, if you look at any power rankings right now, these are the top 2 teams, the Saints and the Ravens. And it's just, they have so much on both sides. I'm going to really have to watch this game because I don't know how it will go if it does happen. But I think Breeze gets it done and Breeze retires. So I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints wins the whole thing. Yes, I think the New Orleans Saints wins the whole thing. Hey, now if you're new to the channel, hit that like and sub button, man. But I'm out, goats. Peace.